Hello, I'm Bood FM and welcome to my channel. Thanks for joining me today for a what if episode. It's just a little bit of fun I've had with the editor and we're going to see how a little scenario plays out in an alternate universe. Now, I want you to imagine that Mike Ashley is in a casino, maybe in Vegas, Monte Carlo, right? And he bumps into the Sheikh of Man City, right? And they're having a chat, trying to big each other up, saying who's the best chairman. And Mike Ashley's got no chance when it comes to money, and he feels like he needs to challenge him. So they have a bet, one hand poker bet. The winner takes all, and the Sheikh wins. So Mike Ashley goes on crying, and the Sheikh now owns Newcastle, right? But I think the laws say you can't own two clubs, so the Sheikh has to make a decision. And recently, the Sheikh has been playing Football Manager. Now, you might have been there yourself. I've been there. When you've built a club up, similar to my Manchester Central series, go check it out. Links in the description. You might have built a team up. You've gotten to the very top, and you get bored. You're like, oh, I've got all the best players. We've done the stadium. We've got training facilities. We've won the league. We've won the Champions League. My youth academy is just churning out superstars. I need to start again. But I don't want to start again. I want to stay within the same gaming universe, and that's what the Sheikh does. He decides to cut his ties with Manchester City and stick with Newcastle. So he hands over Manchester City to a group of ex-players. Sean Goater, he becomes a chairman. King Clancy, Uwe Rosler, they're all on the board. Paul Dickoff as well, right? All on the board. They've got no money, but they love Manchester City. And they're leaving him with a world-class squad, a stadium and a training facility. But what we're going to do is all the sponsorship that he brings, all the money that the Sheikh brings, all that stuff is going to move over to Newcastle. And we're going to see, because a lot of people debate it in Manchester, can Manchester City survive without the Sheikh? If they've got a chairman with no money, just by being in the Premier League alone, with what they've achieved so far, can they still be successful? We're going to find out. And give a club like Newcastle, who've got a great stadium, great fans, a big club in the making, give them all that money. Will they be successful? We don't know. Football Manager can do funny things, and we're going to find out today. So first up, let's have a look at Manchester City, and he's still going to have Pep Guardiola in charge. Don't know how long he'll stay in the job, but he's still there in a minute. Now you might notice I've remade the kits, so they've lost the Etihad. The stadium's not the Etihad. I don't think it's called the Etihad anyway in the game. It's the City of Manchester Stadium, but it's definitely not the Etihad anymore. And they've gone back to their old sponsor from when I was a kid. Brother, look at them kits, eh? That brings back memories to me, I tell you. That's like a proper City kit. So yeah, they've still got a world-class squad. They've also still got a world-class squad's wage bill. So it's going to be interesting because basically I took all of Manchester City's other income from the editor. That's all the sponsorship deals, and they've got some crazy ones. They basically, the Sheikh pays over the odds on all these sponsorship deals, so Manchester City don't fail their FFP. It's well dodgy, I think. But now Newcastle have got all that, and all Manchester City have got is a basic kit sponsorship. And then obviously they're going to make their own as the years go on. I've decreased the rep a little bit because obviously if everyone all of a sudden knew that they haven't got big money anymore, players might not want to go. But the rep's still good. They're obviously still in the Champions League in these first years, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do. Because for a couple of years, if they can keep this squad together, there's no reason why they can't still challenge. It's going to be as the years go on. And we're going to jump about 5 years into the future and have a good look if City can survive, basically. It's going to be interesting to see if they need the money or not. But yeah, that's Manchester City. Let's have a look at Newcastle. So here is Newcastle. You'll see straight away they've got new kits and they're now sponsored by the Etihad. I've also changed the stadium name, which might be controversial with Newcastle fans, to the St James's Etihad Park. Now I hear a rumour, right? I don't know if it's true, you might know. The Etihad actually translates to United, right? So it'd be more fitting that you're at Newcastle now. And will they make these? Will they make Newcastle the #1 United? Can they overtake Manchester United? Oh, it's interesting, isn't it? I can't wait to find out. But they are rich. Now, obviously transferred all the sponsorship over to Newcastle. But when it came to finances, obviously Man City, they had about 60 million in the bank, which, you know, if the Sheikh did switch, he'd have to pump a lot more money in. So I did make about 800 million available to Newcastle. I don't think they're going to spend it all, but it's an initial injection of money to see if they improve the squad. But at the minute, obviously, they've just got a bog standard team. The team they've got at the start of the game. They've still got Rafa Benitez as the manager. It's just going to be well interesting to see who they buy and can they be successful. Does money buy you success? I don't know. Maybe it does. Let's jump 5 years into the future and see what happened. Now here we are, it's the 1st of August 2022, we're 5 years into the future, and we're going to start off with Manchester City. Now we didn't look at the staff, we'll have a look at the staff of both clubs now, see if they're still there mainly. But yeah, it was Sean Goater and a consortium that were in charge, and they haven't got any money, they're just ex-players. But obviously, by being in the Premier League, and obviously still in the Champions League, they're going to still be making money, but it's not the same amount of money. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of team they've got. They've still got John Stones, you can see that there. They've now got Mauricio Pochettino as a manager, so they've still got a top manager. And if you look at the league history up here, you'll see they've still been up here fighting 5th, 4th. So they might have had a few years out of the Champions League. It's going to be quite cool to have a look, so let's get started. Start on the staff page, so I didn't look at this at the beginning, but yeah, they've still got the same board. So they've still got Sean Goater as the chairman, managing directors Paul Dickoff. They've got George A. King-Cladze as a director as well. And I think Uwe Rosler is director of football. He's gone now though, he was director of football. It's now someone called Steve Walsh. So Uwe Rosler's left, but the board's still the same. And they've obviously been doing a decent job. Now if we move on to the manager's history page, they started off with Pep Guardiola. He did, about a year and a half in the job and he got sacked without winning any trophies, which is a shame. And then obviously they've had Jason Wilcox as a caretaker, but straight away you can see up here Pochettino's been in the job now for nearly 4.5 years, and I can see he's won 5 cups. What's he won? No. He's won the European Champions Cup twice. So you take all the money away and they've still done bloody well, haven't they? So yeah, here's their history for trophies, their honours history, and then they've won 2 Champions Leagues. So fair play. I didn't think they'd crash and burn, but I didn't think they'd be winning Champions Leagues. But that's cheered them up a little bit. Good old football manager, and it's absolute bullshit when it sometimes comes to things like this. But Man City won 2 of them. So Pochettino come in at the end and win it. He must have. Because Pep Guardiola didn't win that, and that's the first season. So Manchester City, with that top squad, won the Champions League for the first 2 years. And I'm assuming that squad's going to have aged. They're going to start losing players like Silva and people, and Sergio Aguero maybe, and then United. Manchester United have won it 3 times on the run. If only. So let's have a look at the transfers for Manchester City, and we'll start at the very beginning. And at the beginning, they had no money. I cleaned that bank account out. Started with 0, right? So they bought no one, and they only sold £2.2 million for players, but again, they didn't have a good squad. The next year, wow, money came in. That must be Champions League money, Premier League money, and also the fact, no it's not, they sold Kevin De Bruyne to Newcastle for 180 million. So there you go, there's the Sheikh's money, nicking his old players. So they've sold Kevin De Bruyne up here for 180 million and then spent it on 4 players. So clever, 4 good players. David Alba, wow. Ryan Garland, he's class. Wow, yeah, fair play. I mean, he's a great striker, isn't he? He's a good striker. Let's have a look at him. He's good, isn't he? Fair play, man. That's clever. The next year, they spent 76 million and brought in 50. So they're doing decent business. They're selling some players and they're replacing players. I mean, Moussa Dembele from Juve. Doing all right, aren't they? The year after, they spent 100 million and brought in 50 million. So again, they're still balancing them books. Sean Goater, I always thought he was stupid. Sean Goater's a clever boy, isn't he? He's doing decent business and he's at least keeping Manchester City relevant without having a bottomless pit of money. The year after, they spent 78, brought in 40. Again, doing really good business. Signed some good players again, spent some good money. Got rid of some guys. I mean, Moussa Dembele had that 1 season. Have they made a profit on him there? I think they have. Sold him to Chelsea after 1 year. Clever. And then the last summer transfer dealings, again spent 88 million and brought in 30. But like, you know, they're in the Premier League, so they're still getting decent money. And they're still keeping themselves relevant. So I'm impressed. I didn't think they'd be rubbish. But I'm impressed they've been able to still be up there. We're in Champions League a couple of times. Still be signing top players. So fair play to Man City. And we'll have a quick look at the squad, and you'll see it here. I've just arranged it by value. If you want to pause and see what kind of quality they've got. They've still got good players here. I mean, they've still got some of the older players like Laporte is still there. Stones is obviously still there. Gabriel Jesus. Sterling, who's listed though. Edison, he's still there, yeah. I mean, a lot of the old guard have gone, but they've done well to bring in some decent players. So that's enough of Man City. We've got to give them a round of applause. I think I'm impressed that they've stayed up there. I mean, I took away the money. I decreased the reputation. But it shows you, I think, that the Sheikh's putting the foundations now, especially with the training facilities. It's still a great pulling power, the stadium, the facilities. And just by being in the Premier League alone, if they can stay in there and get in the Champions League here and there every year, they'd still be up there. I don't, you know, as a Man United fan, I know a lot of United fans take the mickey out of City and say, "Oh, if you took all that money, you'd be back down there." But I don't think they would. And this maybe proves it a little bit. Now it's time for the fun, and it's Newcastle United, and they've still got Rafa Benitez as the manager. Fair play. Because most of the time, I've done a few saves, I've done a few experiments, and one thing I've noticed about Rafa is he never gets sacked. He always seems to leave and become Spain manager. But obviously, being at Newcastle now, with mega money, has done him well. And if you look straight away, you might have noticed, I've only just noticed their league positions. They've definitely won a couple of titles there, haven't they? Let's have a look at the manager history, and obviously, Rafa's been in the job now for 6 years. He's won 5 leagues. I'm assuming one of them might be the Championship. 7 cups. Wow. Maybe money does buy you success. And here we are on their honours page, and you'll notice they've got 8 Premier League titles. I'm pretty sure Newcastle have won 4, all First Division, so they've definitely won 4 of them. They already won the Euro Cup, haven't they? Might have been the Cup Winners' Cup, I can't remember. So they've not won in Europe. That was already there. So that's disappointing. They've definitely dominated on the domestic front, but what's been going on in the Champions League, we'll have to find out. Let's have a quick look at the staff, just so you can see the board, and they've still got the same board. You've still got the Sheikh and all these cronies. Still got the same director of football I took from Manchester City. So none of that's changed, and yeah, he's obviously done a good job here. I'll just quickly look at the Prem, just so you can see that up there. Man United, I won the last one. Well done, Man U. But Newcastle won the title 4 years on the bounce. So them first 4 years, they've won the title. So that first year they won it. So they must have bought some players instantly that made an instant impact to instantly win them a freaking title and to continue that. So that's quite interesting. So we're going to look at their Champions League history before we look at the transfer they've made. And this is the first year after that first league title they were in the Champions League. And I missed it before when I was looking at City winning. I didn't look at who they beat in the final. But they beat Newcastle, didn't they? I bet Sean Goldwyn and all the City boys were buzzing. Sheikh, take your money. We got Champions League. Eh? No way. Kevin De Bruyne scored against City in the final. I bet he was devastated. I bet he was absolutely devastated. Next year, not so good. They got knocked out in the first round knockout by Napoli. The year after, they got to a semi-final, got beat by Man United. Look at that. Man U. Again, the year after, they got to a semi-final, and again, they got knocked out by the eventual winners, Manchester United. God, Rafa, with the squad you've obviously got, because I've seen some of your players, you need to be winning the Champions League. Right then, let's have a look at their transfer dealings, and this is the first season. And they spent nearly £1 billion. I did not give them that much money. I mean, they've only brought in 73, so has he injected more money? Is that what he does when you have the Sheikh as a chairman? That is a lot of money. I mean, some of these are some January transfer dealings from here. But Harry Kane, I mean, some good players there they bought in January, but look who they got in his first year. World-class goalkeeper, Hector Bellerin, Aaron Cresswell, is that right? Is he a left back? Look at that! He's class! Verratti from PSG, he's midfielder, so they got, I think he's a centre-half, and he's a centre-half. Dele Alli, who's not that good on here, I don't think. You might disagree, but I don't think he's that good on this game. Mahrez, well, Martial, Icardi, Dybala, they're the two usual. I've done a lot of experiments. You give a team a lot of money, they always buy Dybala or Icardi, or both. And then obviously bought Harry Kane later on, Alex Grimaldo as well. So that is an instant world-class squad that obviously gelled because it went on and won the title. In the second season, no financial fair play, anything, because he spent another £500 million nearly. Kevin De Bruyne, Vidal from Barcelona, wowzers. Neymar for 45. How'd they get Neymar for? This game, right? Do you ever do this yourself? Let me know down below in the comments. You try and buy a player, we want 120 million for him. You're like, I can't do that. What are you on about? He's only worth 40. And then about 3 months later, he signs for Barcelona for 40 million. It's like, that's one thing that annoys me about this game. The next season, they spent 180 million, so the big money. Big money's rolling in. They're in the Champions League, aren't they? They're winning the Premier League, and they've got the Sheikh. But they brought back 192, so that's good business. They sold Icardi to Monaco for, wow, a lot of money. They sold Alexis Telles to Juventus for a lot of money. Fair play, fair play. Finally, the next year, nothing happened, in or out really. Following year, they spent 129 and brought in 70, so Andrew Robertson's decent, innit, on this game. I like him. Jesse Lingard, no way. Well, overpaid for Jesse. I mean, he's alright. But so Alex Grimaldo to United. I love this. Dele Alli's finally gone, went to Chelsea. Freddie Woodman's gone as well. Good young goalkeeper, isn't he? And then the last summer, they've only brought in one player, a guy called Mark, I can't say his name, sorry, for Barcelona. I recognise his face, so only young, did he? Is he worth 96 million? And they've brought in 57 million, so mega money spent, but it's won 4 league titles. So here's the Newcastle squad. It's arranged by value. I look at the values. I mean, you go all the way down to the top of my head, right, where it's Virgil van Dijk, and you're looking at 40 million. I mean, the cheapest player in the squad's 21 million. Harry Kane, Dybala, Neymar, Martial. I mean, Dybala can play in the hole. You could have Harry Kane at the top, Dybala behind, Neymar, Martial on the flanks, Kevin De Bruyne floating about, Verratti. I mean, that is a scary front. One of the best I've seen. And then you've got Varane at the back, with Bellerin, who's a class right back. One of the best goalkeepers in the game. This is a good squad, and I bet if we kept on holiday and they would win a Champions League, but I think they've been super successful, and if you're a Newcastle fan, you'd be very, very happy that the Sheikh jumped ship. So there we go, that's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. It was just a little bit of fun, a little bit of an experiment. I'm going to do a few more what ifs, because I like seeing these different scenarios, and I'll be honest with you, did I think Newcastle would win all them titles? No, I thought they'd be successful. I'm surprised they spent that much money. I'm surprised that just giving them the Sheikh and a few quid, they've really started to attract the best players. I mean, that was a cracking team they've got at the minute. But I'm more impressed with City. I thought they might become like a top 10 team with no money. I thought they'd lose the squad they've got. They won't be able to replace it. But they've done a very good job at doing that. The computer has, and the board have. So fair play. Fair play to them. So yeah, don't forget, smash that like button. Don't forget, hit the bell. You never miss one of my episodes. If you're brand new, feel free to subscribe. Make sure you check out my series. It's been going on for ages, but jump in at any point. Hopefully you enjoy it. I recommend jumping in at episode 44. And then you've got all the Premier League years. Hopefully you'll enjoy them. So, as always, thanks for joining me. I've been Booed. You've been great. I'll see you next time.